Okay, we've all been there, right? You map out the absolute perfect plan, you get that incredible rush of motivation, and then crickets. Nothing happens. Well, it turns out it's not about being lazy. Today, we're going to dive into this super clever psychological trick your own brain plays on you to sabotage your best intentions. And just understanding it, that's the first step to finally beating it.
I mean, think about it. You design that flawless morning workout, you create that game-changing project timeline, or maybe it's that perfect study schedule, and you feel amazing. It's like you've already accomplished it. But then when it's actually time to do the thing, the motivation is just gone. Poof. It is such a frustrating cycle, but believe it or not, there's a real scientific reason this happens.
So let's get one thing straight right off the bat. If you've been beating yourself up over this, you can stop. Seriously, this is not some flaw in your character. It's a predictable and honestly a kind of fascinating neurological loophole that your brain loves to exploit. And yeah, psychologists have a name for it. First things first, let's break down exactly how your brain sets you up for this. It's a clever little illusion we can call the tomorrow trap. You see, our brains create this really weird mental split. On one hand, you've got your present self. That's you, right now, the one who has to do the hard, boring, or difficult stuff. And then there's your future self, this awesome, almost heroic figure who gets to enjoy all the rewards and benefits. And get this, research from psychologists like Hal Hershfield has actually shown, using fMRI scans, that when you think about your future self, the part of your brain that lights up is the same part that activates when you think about a total stranger. No wonder it's so easy to load them up with all the hard work. And that right there is called temporal self-displacement. It's our natural tendency to see our future self as a completely different person, which makes it incredibly easy to say, future me can deal with that. It's the ultimate procrastination mindset. But why is our brain so good at this? Well, the answer lies in our brain's own chemical reward system.
Because this isn't just some abstract psychological idea, it's a chemical con job. And that brings us to what we can call the dopamine deception.
Okay, so here's the really sneaky part. Your brain is wired to chase rewards, and it does this mostly with a neurochemical you've probably heard of called dopamine, the feel-good molecule. But your brain can be tricked. It will give you a satisfying hit of that dopamine just for making the plan. It's like a psychological sugar rush. It feels great for a moment, but it gives you absolutely no real fuel to get the work done. And this kicks off a really vicious cycle. You plan something, right? That triggers the dopamine reward. This makes you feel a very real sense of accomplishment. But because you've already gotten the feel-good prize, your actual motivation to do the work just nosedives. You've essentially been paid in advance with good feelings, and it totally short-circuits the whole process of getting things done. So all of this, the mental trick, the chemical deception, it all leads to one final, incredibly frustrating outcome. It's the gap between the person you want to be and the person you are today. And we call it the intention-action gap. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. This is the heart of the whole problem. The very act of planning, which feels so useful and so productive, actually becomes the trap. Your brain successfully tricks you into confusing the feeling of progress with actual progress, and that leaves you stuck just feeling good about stuff you haven't even started.
And this giant canyon between our good intentions and our real-world actions, it's the direct result of temporal self-displacement and that dopamine deception we talked about. Every single time we push a task onto our future self, we're just making that gap a little bit wider and a little bit harder to cross.
But here's the really powerful thing about all this. Just understanding that this is a trick your brain is playing on you, that is the first and most critical step to beating it, right? You can't fight an enemy you don't even know is there. So now that you know, the question isn't about willpower anymore, it's about strategy. So how are you going to bridge your intention-action gap?